You took a test?
This morning.
This morning.
I am now
today
officially the day of our Lord.
You passed your test. You are a bona fide real estate agent according to education and qualification.
By the state of Texas.
That's awesome, bro.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why am I the only one clapping in a room full of people?
Guy at the front of the desk does all the check-in, prints out your score.
Yeah.
And he gives you, he goes, okay, here's the national one, pass. Here's a state one, pass. He goes, congratulations. Most people don't do that the first time.
Right.
I almost hit the floor. I was like, this really just happened.
You were like, me? I was like, I did that?
I'm not a failure after all. Not only did we see myself go from being unemployed to hustling side jobs to make ends meet while I do all this to now I just became a baby realtor.
So what do you think? What's on the thing for today, man? What are we talking about today, man?
I don't know. I don't have a lot on my mind except I'm in shock. Still in shock.
I'm in shock today, everyone. I just want to tell you about something happening out here down in Untitled, Texas. Mr. Jamey Whitley's got his license in Texas this morning. He's a bona fide real estate agent in Texas.
Hi. Let me.
Some of those guys that have those voices do the voiceover stuff. So funny. I love
Like
the
Rush
guy.
Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you right now about Donald Trump. He's just a piece of great God. Forgot he's a Republican.
Piece of great God. That's awesome.
That wasn't bad.
Somebody said something the other day just off the cuff, and I was like, that's a great band. That could be a great band name. It was like Little Angry Children or something like that. And I was like, that would be a great band name.
If you could.
You can call it LAC, LAC, and then Little Angry Children. Just have like little 13-year-olds like, just singing, like, especially if they were like Japanese.
You could call the mosh pit lactose intolerant.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot, man. Welcome back, team. Here we are for another wonderful episode of
Absolutely wonderful. And I just peeked the shit out of that. Woo! Sorry, we'll just beep that out. Sorry, Mom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Everything I Know podcast. I'm your host, Jamey Whitley, here to talk about everything that I don't know, but everything that Senior Vorde knows.
Vorde?
Vorde. It's like the vortex. It's hot in Texas, man.
Yes, it is.
You were wearing a red shirt before you got in here, and now it's pink.
It's already faded out pink.
Yeah.
It was bright red. Yeah. Sun
Geez.
faded it.
Well, hey, guys.
It's hot. There's no doubt. Straight up hot tamales. And we're in a drought. We were in a Texas flood. Remember a few months back, it was like, oh my God, it won't quit raining down in Texas. Thank you very little. And now it hasn't rained in weeks. And the new drought map came out, and we are literally in what's called a not severe yet drought. Now, there's some places in Texas that are severe because it hadn't been raining anywhere in Texas. And so it's the only place you go from flood to drought in the same season.
So are we in a burn ban?
We are almost in a burn ban where you cannot burn outdoor trash, outdoor leaves, outdoor limbs, can't have a campfire.
So
You can barbecue, but not in public places. Weird.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, so you can't go to the lake where there's a barbecue pit and barbecue there, nor have a campfire. But if you're in your backyard, you can light it up.
You know what? If you're at a
That's
lake,
safe.
that means you're exercising your littoral rights. You know how I know that? Because I just
Because-
passed real estate exam this morning.
You took a test?
This morning.
This morning.
I am now
Today,
officially
August 23, 2019.
the day of our Lord.
You passed your test. You are a bona fide real estate agent according to education and qualification.
By the state of Texas.
That's awesome, bro.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why am I
Thank
the only
you.
one clapping in a room full of people? They're all like golf clapping in the background. I can't get any participation out of these guys. Anyway, that's awesome, bro. So
Yeah.
That's great. So real estate is now your new endeavor. Your new endeavor.
Thank you.
And so to make you feel at home.
Yes.
And so you are going to find a brokerage firm that you believe in, that you're aligned with in beliefs, and have some
has
similarities.
2X shirts.
And has 2X shirts. Perhaps they have a red, white, and black logo with a hexagon.
That would go like right here.
Perhaps
Yeah, that'd be great.
you'd come full circle, my friend. Welcome to the fold.
Thanks.
That's awesome
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So tell me about the test. You walk in, you're in a dark room.
It was
they
like
put a mask on you, don't they? Put a mask on you, don't they?
Yeah,
and they like take you around the block a few times, make you weird, feel like you don't know where you are, and then they bring you back in this room. There's a computer screen, and there's like a strobe light in the background, and they're like, "Now take your test, realtor."
And they make you put on these like noise canceling headphones that are actually playing the Spice Girls.
Yeah, so nobody can like answer is B.
Yeah,
I got it.
No, it was a pretty in depth process. It was really kind of cool because it was the Plaza Tower downtown in Tyler, and I live on the square in downtown Tyler. So I just rolled out of bed and walked down and took my test, and pretty much took practice tests all week. And I was real nervous about the national portion of the test.
Yeah, that's the craziest piece.
And actually, I had an easier time with it because the practice tests were harder than the national test.
I got you.
When I got to the state test, I took a practice test Sunday and got 36 questions right out of 40 for the state test.
Nice.
And I don't think I had a single question that was on that test. So I honestly,
all new material.
I felt like I just aced the national part, and I'm doing the state one. I'm going, crap, I got to do a podcast after this.
Oh, no.
I better pass this thing.
You better pass. If you would have not passed and then came to do the podcast,
we would have talked a lot about failure even more.
We would have gone back to failure. Yeah. Maybe some pulling yourself up by the bootstrap motivational stuff.
Normal face.
Your normal face. That would have been crazy. That would have been weird, because we were all anticipating the performance.
Yeah, because I'd be like, so I'm going to go do this again. Can I still have a job?
Yeah. You got anything I can do in the meantime? Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I failed before I even started.
Golly. Well, congratulations. That's a big deal. You are now a career-oriented individual based in the real estate. And now the real work begins.
Absolutely.
Sky's the limit, though.
Yeah.
What's interesting is most people think, I want to be a realtor. They want to get into real estate. They don't understand that real estate has so many hundreds of different facets, from management to sales to residential to multifamily to commercial to retail space, industrial, land only, farm and land, ranch, recreational properties, and just the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And so you can really start with a niche in mind and always just like literally take everything that comes your way, but start with a niche in mind and begin to craft that niche of something that you're interested in. Like one of our agents, she's really into farm and ranch, and she's got a goal to get like a mule on a trailer and a truck. And then once she gets a little bit more tenure, she wants to start showing, like hunting lease properties and things like that, and going out and put her boots on and her hat and go out there with the guys and, hey, this is great. Let me show you this little vista over here. And there's a creek running down through here. I mean, she really wants to get her boots dirty, no pun intended. And that's kind of her niche. And other people, we have some other people that are interested in like commercial. Teach me everything you know about commercial. Cool. I'll bring you under my wing, show you what I know, and give you more resources and introduce you to more people. Real estate is really about your own network and building that network. Always doing what you say, doing it right as best you can, owning up to your mistakes, and being level with everybody on both sides of the equation. Being level with the people you're representing, being level with the people that you're representing the people against or for or to, in order that everyone has a great experience. And we really push that as an organization. So congrats and welcome to the family.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm so glad.
It's been like we talked about it a year ago.
You did, but you started. Yeah. You started the education in June?
June, yeah. I knocked out the courses in 2 months, and then pretty much spent the entire month of August getting everything ready, like fingerprinting, background check, application, and studying.
You know what's funny? My partner Derek and I talk about this a lot. You just passed your test. We talked about how it was a little bit different, and some of it was hard, and some of it was easy. And you hear that a lot from some people, and there's many people that don't pass it the first or second time. And you only get like 3 shots, and then you got to take more classes and start over.
Yeah.
And so there's people that have not passed twice, and then they're nervous to take the third one. What we have come to find out is that Texas is one of the hardest places to get your license. So if it was a breeze, you're like, wow, I guess I could go to 40 other states and, be multi-licensed. We know some people that are licensed in adjacent states like Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, which creates a great little regional presence for you as an agent, builds a network. But yeah, it's one of the hardest places to actually pass.
Wow.
So I don't know. Maybe in some places, you just like walk in, fill out an application, pay a fee. I don't know really.
Well, the great thing about it is you get to find out right after you take the test. It's not something you have to wait 3 weeks for.
Oh, yeah.
To get a letter in the mail.
Yeah, it's like last question, pass fail.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they actually had the guy at the front of the desk that does all the check-in prints out your score.
Yeah,
and he gives you. He goes, okay, here's the national one, pass. Here's a state one, pass. He goes, congratulations. Most people don't do that the first time.
Right.
I like almost hit the floor. I was like, this really just happened.
You were like me? Like I
was like,
I did that?
I'm not a failure after all.
That's a great feeling. That is.
So I mean, the cool thing is like now we get to see, not only did we see myself go from being unemployed to hustling side jobs to make ends meet while I do all this to now I just became a baby realtor.
That's awesome.
Like as of today, it was like, I'm here, world.
That was not cool. I was expecting something completely different than that. That was shocking. But yeah, baby realtor. So from employee with a decent kind of dead end but decent job that was secure to laid off to student of aspiration for real estate endeavors. And now
I'm still acting.
Now test passed, playing around, doing your acting, doing your improv comedy, just really looking out there and trying to see what else you can do. Now you've got your license and you're ready to go. So now it's go time. It'll take you a couple of weeks to get all your paperwork together and get everything going. But the time is today to make the announcement and get you going, and then start making it public and telling all your friends and family. You're going to think that you're selling Amway or something.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, here we go again. I don't have anything for you, but
right.
It'll be cool.
No, I think I've already got my pitch pretty well planned out because I don't want people to just think, hey, you want to sell your house? I'm not going to be like that car salesman person. But like, hey, it's kind of what's going on. Got a life change. I just became a Texas realtor. And so if you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell, I'm here. Help me get started and
buy or sell. Anything.
And lease.
Anything. Just say anything.
Anything.
House, land, commercial warehouse, anything. Building, whatever. Yeah. So, because a lot of people aren't necessarily always trying to buy or sell a house. We talked about that one time before where I said that, one of our agents came from a business where they were entrenched in the marketplace in our region, in the East Texas region, and actually in Dallas as well, the Metroplex. Because of some other things that she was working on, she had connections in some of the areas in and around Dallas and then tight-knit communities and then all the way back out to East Texas and beyond. She was in advertising and marketing. She knows 10,000 people. But 10,000 people already have relationships with realtors or other agents and other brokers, or that's their friend from high school or their colleague at the tennis club. And so it's not always something that just because you have a large network, you're automatically guaranteed a large return on that network. You might have to go out and get a new network, but you have a better chance of pulling people in if you know a lot of people. And with your position with the comedy group and all that kind of stuff, you're already a known figure in our marketplace. And so now it's just connecting the dots and helping people recognize, and then doing what we do as an organization. We give, serve, repeat. So we give of our time, we serve the community, and we do it again and again and again and again. And that's really what will pay the dividend over the long haul. Your network will be brought back in by that, and then your new network will be secured by that, and then the community at large will just be benefit from your activities and your growing of your network and your business. Because for us, the number one thing is give, serve, repeat, and that's three things, but it's just that's the process, and that process of giving and then serving and then repeating that process of those two first things over and over and over is kind of where we sit as a company. We've got some other tenets of our mindset and how we do things, but yeah, it's going to be fun.
I'm excited. There's exciting things going on, and I want to be a part of that.
What are some of your, now that you're kind of in it, and maybe we can be beneficial, add some value to those listening, what are some questions, like top 3 questions you have about real estate as an industry, as a profession, et cetera?
Sorry, my mind kind of just went blank for a second because I was like, he's about to ask me a question. I was like, oh, crap, I just got my license. I don't know everything yet.
Yeah. No, like what if...
No, I mean, like, well, I mean, just I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to do next. You know, I've got my it's unpublished right now, but I've got Jamey Whitley Realtor right now on Facebook, ready to go. About to create an Instagram so that I can just show house stuff and just have a business page.
Web domain.
Don't I get that from you?
A web domain?
Don't y'all have a website?
Yeah, but you need like your own.
Oh, my own web domain. Oh,
yeah, just to have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never get it again if somebody else grabs it.
Right.
And it may not be available.
Right.
It may not be available. It might have to be Jamey Whitley, Texas Realtor, or Jamey Whitley, Jamey Witt, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, yeah, you need to grab your own domain name just to have it in perpetuity, because if once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
For the most part. We've gobbled up a few here and there, you know, because I'm a domain junkie.
Did you?
I own hundreds of domains. It's kind of
yeah.
sick.
I wish I could sell my Twitter handle.
Yeah, which one is that?
Look at my tweet.
You probably could. You could probably just tweet it out there and say, "Hey, it's for sale."
Gary V. Hey, buy my Twitter handle.
There you go. Word. But no, back to the questions. So, how to get started was your first question, right? What do you do next?
Well, now I need to look at like the different regulations for advertising, obviously, because there's so many.
Yeah.
But, you know, I needed to start telling people, hey, you know, within my sphere of influence, hey, I'm a realtor now. Tell all your friends, etc. I get that part, but it's just kind of like, you know, I got to figure out what to do with my paying dues to the Greater Tyler Association of Realtors. You know, different stuff like that. I'm just kind of like, oh.
So you're in luck. We can answer that question for you because we, as an organization, have an onboarding document and we have a company handbook and we have all these little things that would give you indulge you with information or overload you with information that you can indulge on. But first of all, I mean, like for anyone else that was listening and doesn't know, once you do pass your tests and you become a licensed realtor, you go out and you look. Most people have a prior connection before they take it, but sometimes they don't. And they just go aimlessly interviewing different brokers. And just remember that brokers want you, and you don't work for them. You work with them. You hang your license with them, but they want you. They want every agent that they can get. Usually, if they have capacity, some want to stay small and that kind of stuff. I get it, more boutique. But it adds value to the broker to have more agents. And so the larger the agent count, you know, sometimes that adds validity to the organization, and other agents will want to come based on the count of agents that they have under their brokerage, right? But you want to identify a place that has a culture that you are looking for. If you're brand new, you need all the education and all the experience you can glean from an ownership and a leadership standpoint that is going to offer that to you. We do that, but I'm talking to other people that aren't in our market that may want to do this. You got to go find somebody that's going to teach you the game. And it may be that you're with another agent that's not a broker, but she's a team leader, and they have 2 or 3 other agents, and they want to jam it up and get you in. And you got to be willing to talk on the phone and do that kind of stuff. But the place to start is to identify a location and a company that you want to align yourselves with based on the culture that they have. And so, but you've already done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The second part of getting started is, like you said, letting the information that now of what you're doing out into the marketplace, starting with, I have a 3-tiered cycle. I won't go into too much detail to, but I call it your family, which is the inner circle. And then you have your not so close. And then you have your, what's the third one? Do you guys remember? I can't remember what I nicknamed it. OC, the outer circle.
Oh, okay.
Right. So there's 3 circles, and this one's tight. Not a lot of people. This one's a little bit more broad, and this one's like super broad. But this is like the old high school coach that thought you were cool when you were in high school, right?
Yeah.
And this one might be your favorite waiter at that restaurant, and this one's literally mom, dad, cousins, brothers, friends. Yeah. So it's just expanded based on the
right.
So the way I would identify your inner circle, what I call the family, you identify that by going through your text feed. And anybody you've texted in the last 30 days, and you could go 60 if you wanted, but I'd say 30 days, that's your team. Yeah. That's your group.
Right.
Outside of 30 days, they might not be that close unless they just got skipped or something, so you might stretch it to 45 or 60, but I wouldn't go any further than that. That's family.
Yeah.
From 60 to 180 days, that's people that are in that not so close circle. And then outside of that, the OC, those are people you've never texted. You don't even have their email. You just remember them from way back when.
Right.
Or they were, friends decades ago, et cetera. So those three, we identify that. And then we help you cultivate a dialogue to have with each one of those represented entities, those people.
Yeah.
And then you execute on that.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been working on that for years. It's the way I've always networked and done that. I've drawn it on the whiteboard a dozen times for different people that couldn't grasp it, and then they get it.
Yeah.
But that's how we
easy.
do. So that's the next step for you, is to just make the announcement and make it from as many rooftops as you can, no pun intended, that you're looking for interest and you're talking and you're telling people and you can't wait to serve them and give to the community, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what's exciting, because with my PR background, this is kind of one of those areas where I get to put that to work, for myself, and not just your company, but also with me.
For sure.
So, yeah.
What is so? Two more questions. What do you got? What else are you like? Oh, you know what? I've always thought about or wondered this.
Well, negotiations. Mm-hmm. And I guess, I really haven't gotten into the meat of negotiations within real estate and what that's going to look like. Mm-hmm. So what's that going to look like? Negotiations
are fun. My partner Derek is a wizard at negotiation. I, on the other hand, am probably an apprentice at negotiation, because I cut to the chase a lot. I get to the point. I don't have time to go back and forth and dilly dally. So I let him do a lot of negotiation on our internal stuff. But it's kind of like poker, and you have to remember that your responsibility is to your client and the person that you're representing hand in hand. And so you have to retain as much information as possible. Don't show your cards, in other words. And then get as much information as possible by getting the other party to show their cards.
Yeah.
Literally. And when you're having dialogue, whether it's via text or via phone or face-to-face, usually less is more. The less you say, the better, because the less you talk, the more the other party will.
Right.
And then they'll just tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So that's human nature, right? They want to talk. And so when you just let them talk, you go, interesting. Okay, thank you.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nod and say, yeah. So that's one thing on the negotiation side. And then on the negotiation side of the confidence part of it, it's not a game. Like, there's not a winner and a loser. You're trying to get the best out of the other party to deliver the best to your party.
Right.
Every single time.
Yeah.
It's not a zero-sum game like, we won,
You want to win-win.
Yeah. And so what happens is there's a place where it's not beneficial to the party you represent. And that's when you have to have the confidence to tell the party, I'm advising you that this is not a good deal for you. Right. And I've done all I can do, and I wish it was going a different way. But my recommendation is that we let this transaction pass and we go for the next one, because I think it better serves all the things that you've told me about that are important to you over the last 6 months, 6 days, 6 weeks, right? And so you have to sell that position of you really are concerned for them. You're not just trying to get the deal closed. Because a lot of times if you're just like, it's not that great, but I think we'll just go ahead and do the deal, and you talk them into doing the deal, and it turns out not to be good for them, that's going to reflect poorly on you in the long run, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be in that house 6 months from now, or in that property as a business 6 months from now, or on that farm 6 months from now, and they're going to think, you know what? I just don't feel like he did me a solid. Like, what do you think, honey? Or what do you think, partner? And that's going to come back around, because eventually when the dust settles and people think through their processes, they're going to remember those little things that did or didn't happen, and they're going to feel like that you perhaps rushed them to the closing table when in essence, you should have almost not quite forced, but helped them hold themselves back.
Yeah.
In order for them to make a better decision or get a better deal. Now, it's not 100% of the time, and those occasions are fairly rare. Most people know what they want for the most part, but they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
They have an idea, but they don't know. So you're a guide. You're it's a story brand.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
You're the guide,
it's a story brand,
and you get to take them on a journey, and that journey is. It has a lot of dollar signs attached to it. It's a big decision. And so the technical word is fiduciary. Your fiduciary duty is to that other party. And that's something that's hard to swallow because sometimes you'll go for a dry season without any commissions. And you'll have one of those moments when you just need to be upfront and honest and protect your party.
Yeah.
But if that deal doesn't close, you don't have any income coming.
Right.
And your brain's going to be like, let's go, bro. And your ethics are going to be like, no, bro. And you're going to have that internal struggle. Yeah. But it always comes out better for you if you can withhold and do the right thing.
Which is give, serve, repeat.
That's it, baby. That's it. Great question. Oh, what else? One more. I'll give you one more.
I'm gonna start taking a notepad with me all the time, and then start using my questions for podcasts.
Yeah, that's good.
I guess it's now like a.
You did how to get started. You did question on negotiations. What's one more?
Where can I waste the most time getting started? What do new real estate agents do that I should just be like, you know what? Don't worry about that. Because time is valuable,
Yeah. And I tell you what I think it is. The number one thing that new agents do is they try to over-network. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that they join this club and this organization and this committee and this, and they just overcommit to a dozen different things, like the Chamber of Commerce and the Better Business Bureau, and they go, right? And they're spending all this time volunteering, trying to grow their network and convince the marketplace that they're a cool dude or a great gal or whatever. And I think they overcommit and therefore they underperform.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that a bunch.
Right.
So my recommendation would be, if you're going to, which we don't technically authoritatively require, but we to encourage you to get served, right? We say pick one and go all in on that one. And then give a little bit of your time to one or two more, but make sure that whichever one you're all in on, you're all in on. And that goes for everything, in life. You don't want to just do too many things that you can't perform on. So I think a lot of new agents will get out there and they'll just try to go to every function. And sometimes it's not volunteering. It's just trying to go to every function and get out there and meet people. I mean, it's just do what you say and do it on time. And don't overcommit and underperform, because that will come back to bite you in the ass in the long run. And I think that's something that people don't get, because they think that more is more. It's not. It's quality or less is more. Right. So the quality of your volunteerism or the quality of your engagement with a committee or an organization, and that will ripple through that organization and outside, because they'll see your whole commitment. So that was a great question too.
Yeah, because my brother, he's over the Santa Fe office of Merrill Lynch.
Wow. And
so he and I were talking. He's like, when I go play golf, he goes, I love play golf, but when I go play golf for business, I have to be very selective who I'm playing with and what time I'm going, because I'm there to work. I'm not necessarily there just to play golf,
right?
Because I could just go play golf any day if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm there to meet people and to see how I can serve them and help them.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, that's great. So I think that those three questions are good. I think it's exciting to see that you're ready to do this new thing. I mean, my gosh, we started this in February, and again, you've gone on this roller coaster of life change and emotion and physical geographic. I mean, it's just all over the place, and it's been super cool. It's like you couldn't write this shit. Right?
I wish we could do a podcast on a roller coaster, because I feel like that's what we've done.
That would be pretty cool.
Like you're next to me and I'm screaming like a little girl.
Yeah, we need to. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's funny. I just had a visual of you like,
I know, I went there too.
Well, I think we should do some on location stuff. Haas had a good idea that we should do one here at one of the local breweries.
Yeah.
And as some things transpire and things kick in, I think we'll get a little bit more creative on the podcast side. We got so much going on, you know.
Well, it was kind of
cool. This place never sleeps.
Well, and this is like evolved from, we're turning into a reality show is what we're really turning into.
Almost, yeah.
But, this is just going to be hey, let me just ask you things. Let's both create like our own personal brand and be influencers. To my life tanked, and now I'm building it back. And now it's like we're an influencer podcast mixed in with real estate.
Yeah. And other things to come.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff on the horizon.
that and I'm learning as we go along.
You know what's cool about it too is I'm learning all the time.
Well, you asked me a question today, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
You're like, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be asking questions."
Yeah.
No. So, but I'm learning all the time. We talk about this podcast and the social media stuff and the personal brand and all that, and the media company we're putting together and working through. I mean, I'm learning stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that is all foreign to me. But all I do is immerse myself in the information. I absorb it, and then I put it on the team. I want you to know this. I know a little bit, but I want you to know everything. Go. I know a little bit. You go with this, and so I have an understanding and can always step in and answer questions and give insight. But I expect them to, know the full brunt of the information to educate me. So it's not like I know everything. It's everything that I know, right? And so as I continue to grow, there's more things that come into my sphere. And they're exciting to me, and we're going to freaking talk about them. So
absolutely,
yeah. Well, I'm super excited for you. Congratulations!
Thanks, you too. And you got me.
I got you. Yeah, that's right. We did. We got you. Yeah, congratulate me in about 4 months.
Yeah, true.
No, I'm kidding, dude. We're happy to have you, and we're happy to have all you guys out there listening. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're doing that, and like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff.
Yep.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
And buy my Twitter handle, Gary V.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great one.